here today with this copper filament. It's just a normal PLA. I had a lot of troubles trying to get this to work. It's got their temperature recommendations and everything on it, and I tried a bunch of stuff, and I was never happy with it. It just had problems. I originally tried it on my Neptune Jupiter, and I was trying to do a much larger version of this. This is a Ryan Trahan penny. Ryan Trahan did a video series where he tried to trade up a penny up into, an end goal of something expensive. And then he went to Mr. Beast and presented a very large penny to Mr. Beast. So I thought it'd be kind of interesting to try to print a Ryan Trahan penny. He has kind of a pained expression there, but you work with what you got. And I will say, this is double-sided, but I was having the darndest time getting the support material out of there. If I was going to try this again, I would do it, and then I would use a support filament, like bamboo support filament or something back here, because this is really hard to get off, and it would have probably looked a lot better. The back's just a normal penny obverse, or reverse, so not too big of a thing. I tried this originally as big as I could. Sorry, I shook the camera. I tried this originally as big as I could on that Jupiter printer, and it just failed horribly. I didn't even bother to get video of it. I threw it away and set this filament aside and was like, whatever. But then I realized I have 2 spools of it, so I was like, well, let me see if I can figure it out. So we'll come back to this in a second. The first thing I tried was a Statue of Liberty. It broke. I did it pretty small. So I tried this non-articulated Lego minifigure. Again, having issues there with the support filament. Like, I just don't get it. It just does not want to come off. It was starting to rip off the actual thing. So if you're going to use this, I will link to it if I can find the link. I honestly don't even remember where I got it. I was on a Discord server for a while that would show discounted filament, and I was just buying a little bit of everything. So I'll see if I can dig that receipt up on Amazon, and we'll link to this. It may have actually been from Temu or AliExpress, but if you're watching this, there's probably a link. Anyway, so I printed this, and it kind of came out all right. Wasn't quite the effect I was looking for. It's pretty matte. I did do a lot of ironing here and stuff on the top surfaces because I just wanted to see if that would help. It actually ruined the shine of it. So then I tried this Smeagol, and this is from Bamboo's maker website. I will link to the file. I'll link to the file for that penny too. It was free, I think. And the minifig's also from Bamboo's site. But this came out wonderful. He is super shiny. There's like barely any cleaning up. The teeth are kind of a little, not the best. But for what it is, like even the hair on the back here, it's real hard to look at this copper even in person. But pretty good. There's a little bit of stringing that needs cleaned up, but I did nothing to this. I just popped it off the plate. It came off real nice, and there was no supports. This is a no support model, so I didn't have to deal with any of that. And honestly, it came out beautifully. And then like we were looking at the penny, I just did this on my X1C, just like all these other things here. And he really did come out pretty good. Now, this file isn't the best because what happens is it actually prints Abraham Lincoln first, and then Ryan Trahan comes on top of it. This is just a file I found online somewhere that someone made. And, it's not the greatest. You see it when you slice it, but when it's printing, you're like, wait, why is it printing Abraham Lincoln? And then it adds Ryan Trahan on top. So, yeah. But it came out good. Again, if I had used support material back here, that would have peeled off easier. Or even just something that was different, like maybe PETG would have held it, maybe. But I'm playing with Bamboo's support filament as I record this video. It just started in the other room. So we'll see how that works. Then I might revisit this because I do have more of this. And it would be nice to do it with something. Again, here I did ironing, I think. So I'm thinking if you do this, maybe don't use ironing because it kind of gets rid of the shine. And it would be cool to have this shiny, I think. But yeah, so let's talk about the filament a little more. I dried this the first time I used it for, I think like 12 hours at 50. And it just kind of came out gross. I think eventually I did almost 48 hours at 50 Celsius, and you know, I printed that right away and it came out pretty good. So if you do get this, like, it's definitely worth drying a lot. I don't know if it's just the type of PLA, whatever formula they're using, or if it's just the fact that it's some kind of, like really cheap Chinesium filament. But I'm pretty happy with it. Once you dial it in for your printer, I don't know what else to do with this. It doesn't seem to like really small stuff. It seems to be much more fragile than just like a normal PLA from, Sunlu or Bamboo or whoever. So I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with it, but I'll keep it. I'm not going to throw it away or anything. I want to revisit this penny at some point. I think that's pretty fun. And if I get a better, larger format printer at some point, maybe I'll just try doing like an Abraham Lincoln Cent, a giant one. That could be fun. I could have some fun with that in public, trying to like trade it for things or something. Obviously put like copy across it or something, so I'm not trying to pass off. I don't need trouble from the Secret Service, right? But yeah, overall, if I had to give this like a rating out of 10, I would say like 5 out of 10, maybe 4 out of 10. It's definitely a trickier filament. Now, I'm curious if you're aware of any better copper filaments that'll have the shine. I'm really looking for that shine, although I guess I could live with kind of a matte finish. Like I would like to do some copper busts at some point and have them around the house and stuff. I think that'd be cool. I've not really found any silks. I guess I said this was a regular PLA at the beginning, but it's a silk, obviously. I've not found any silks that I'm too terribly thrilled with, to be honest. They all seem to be brittle. They all seem to have a lot of issues. I have not tried Bamboo's silks. Maybe I should. I'm very happy with the rest of their filaments. They're a little pricey, but I found that they're worth it. So if you have any copper silks, tell me the names of them. If you put links in there, YouTube's probably going to gobble them up as spam, and I can't control that. So just like, let me know the names of them, and I'll maybe check them out on the channel at some point. Because I really like the idea of the shiny kind of, stuff. So it would be pretty cool if I could find one. But yeah, this video is way too long. I'll see you in the next one. Have a nice day.